2022 was probably one of the worst years of my life.
I don't know where the road will go, but baby, we can find out.
In this video, while I'm gonna tell you how I got to my after, I'm gonna tell you about all the things you don't see. I started this year at a really low place with my mental health, my emotional stability, my self-worth, so I did what I've always been best at, blaming my body. Oh my god, is that really what I look like? I can't believe my arms look so fat. I know, I just need to lose the weight and then everything will be okay. I also need to change this, and maybe this too. And then I'll like my body. Okay, I've come so far, but why am I still unhappy? I thought what I was doing this entire time was taking care of myself. I thought I was doing everything right. Eating right, working out right. I physically didn't think it was possible to be unhappier than I was at the beginning of the year, but it was possible. I was spiraling. I was struggling with anxiety, depression, body dysmorphia, and I couldn't tell anyone. Because how am I supposed to tell a community of people that I tell to love themselves every day that I don't even really like myself? So I pretended to be fine. Until finally, I didn't really want to pretend anymore. I don't know what to do, but I do know I don't want to keep living this way. Therapy, eating, summer school therapy, repeat. Slow down. Like, even slower than that. Look around you. Look within you. You are so much more than the way your body looks. I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I'm slowly getting there. I'm kind of proud of the progress I've made, and for the first time, it truly has nothing to do with the way my body looks. A number, a picture, or before and after doesn't measure all the ways that we're transforming. People look at this and automatically assume I must be so proud, so happy, so confident here. My problems? Poof, my insecurities? No more. My dating life? Existent. I hear a lot of people say a smaller body is not a better body, but I think that's only half true. There's no body size. Smaller, medium, or bigger, that's better. Here, I felt empty, exhausted, all my friendships fell apart, and I felt so insecure. And here, I wasn't happy, I wasn't taking care of myself, and I still felt so insecure. We live in a society that constantly and unfairly asks us to change. But you can't just change your body. You have to change the way you think about and talk about and treat it. Changing my arm size didn't make me feel stronger, but doing my favorite forms of movement did. Cutting out the foods I love didn't make me happier, but doing the things I love with the people I love who make me feel loved did. Hating on all the parts of myself I didn't think were good enough did not make me accept my body, but focusing on all the wonderful, amazing things my body allows me to do every day made acceptance easier. Should I worry about the flab underneath my arms, or should I just enjoy living this one life? I don't want to waste any more time living a smaller life in order to have any other body other than my own. Sometimes when nothing in life is going right, you go back to the one thing you know that you can do right. It was scary how easy, how comfortable it was to fall back into disordered habits. I was going through a combination of huge life changes, low self-worth, and being surrounded by diet talk basically every single day. I was, I'm not gonna lie, pretty ashamed, but I was also able to learn so much about binging, mental restriction, food freedom, emotional and intuitive eating. I fell into that cycle, the one where you don't eat enough during the day and then eat until you feel sick later. I felt sluggish, painfully stuffed. I couldn't even fall asleep, but I couldn't stop either. However, I had to experience how terrible it made me feel again and again and again to never want to feel that way again. So I started reading articles, followed and talked to dietitians, listened to podcasts, got help. I stopped trying to fight my body and just fed her. I genuinely just ate. I ate when I was hungry. I ate what I was craving. I ate more, not less. I focused on eating real food. I spent a long time this year trying to gain back my body's trust. But when you stop trying to control your body, that's when you find your version of healthy. My relationship with food this year can look something like this. And well, as you can see, there were a lot of bad days. We're ending somewhere better than we started. Progress is still progress, no matter how small. This year I witnessed someone really close to me struggle with demobilizing chronic pain. Like, forget working out. They could barely walk, make a meal for themselves, shower. They couldn't peel a banana. And seeing that just made me want to hug my body and apologize for all the years that I've been torturing her instead of appreciating her. So every single time this year when I stepped into a gym, on a yoga mat, on a walking trail, I silently thanked my body. And it was always a good day if I didn't get injured. This year, it's really just been about celebrating her health, her strength, and who she is. Another addition to my health and fitness journey this year that I'm so grateful for was finding Copilot. It's a fitness app that matches you to a personal fitness coach, and you can create a personalized workout plan together that you can do wherever, whenever you want. Copilot reminds me to stop comparing my journey. That whatever my goals are and however my goals change, they are possible and they don't have to make sense to anyone else. I think Grace gave me such a refreshing perspective on movement, and that showing up for yourself can look so different day to day. I don't feel like a failure anymore for needing more rest days. It's not about earning my food, sculpting a better body. It's not about beating and outdoing and out-training myself, because that's not what showing up for myself always is. Because sometimes I do enjoy being a little overly competitive with myself, but showing up for myself sometimes looks like a walk, a nap, trying a heavier weight, skipping the gym to study, or the other way around. You don't need to feel exhausted after every workout to call it a workout. Doing less is sometimes more. I define myself as a pretty moody workout girl. I move to forget. For my mental health, for strength, for flexibility, to fall in love with my body again, to have fun. Basically, I needed a lot of flexibility in my workout routine, and Copilot lets me be as moody as I want. I just text Grace whatever I'm feeling. Hey, I want to focus on core this week. Let's throw in more quick and efficient workouts, maybe less repetition next time. And being able to do that for me makes working out fun and challenging at the same time. That's why I'm not surprised that over 75% of Copilot clients continue to work out after 100 days, which means Copilot clients are 9 times more successful at sticking to their goals. I want to love movement my whole life, no matter how that movement changes or how different it looks. And that means being okay with feeling weaker some days, taking time off, switching things up, aligning my workouts with my cycle, not working out to look a certain way, but to feel a certain way, and accepting that showing up for myself will look different every day. Guys, I'm in a committed long-term relationship. I'm in this for life, and I'm pretty proud of myself for all the ways that I've shown up for myself this year, and just how far I've come. Not from here to here, but from here to here. And remember to click my Copilot link in the description to get 14 days free with your own expert fitness and health coach. Hate and fear have been my main 2 sources of fuel in life. I hated my size, my face, my arms, my awkwardness. The hate, along with the fear of never being good enough, was a strong enough fuel to keep me going. Through workouts I hated, foods I hated, friendships I hated. If you work out to punish your body for looking a certain way, punish yourself for enjoying your favorite foods, if you have to keep punishing yourself to maintain a life or a body or a diet, you're gonna dread the next workout. You're gonna want that food that much more, and you're gonna end up hating the journey. Actions that are fueled with hate don't result in changes you're gonna love. I've always been overly critical of myself for things that are completely out of my control. The flatness of my face, my nose, my arms, my healthy weight. But why? Why do I hate these things? Why do I let these things define me? Who taught me that these parts of me weren't good enough? The trends, the fads, the ideals, it's impossible to be everything, to please everyone, to have every body type. This is just me. And why? Why does that have to be a bad thing? It takes hardcore, persistent effort to look at yourself, everything that you are, to see what you love instead of everything you believe you lack, and value what you have more than what you don't. It's a really freeing realization when it finally clicks, like a genuine moment of clarity that the food we eat and the workouts we do don't have to be to change our bodies. They can just be to take care of our health, because we love ourselves and we love food and we want to make the most out of life. Love and kindness, guys. A much more sustainable fuel. I don't like myself very much, and I don't think I ever have. I believed my whole life that I was only as good as my grades. I was only cool if I had a certain number of followers. I would only be successful if I got the right degree. I could only love myself if someone loved me more. I would only be accepted if my body was acceptable. Without all those things, I thought I was nothing. 2022. I let my job become my entire identity. And there's nothing wrong with finding joy and fulfillment in your job, but I became my YouTube. It was my entire being.
I would wake up at like 5 a.m. and the only thing on my mind is how am I gonna succeed? Like, how am I going to succeed? How am I gonna keep going? Post more videos. I would work like a machine. I was just like dating my job.
Hate comments made me hate myself. The views I got dictated how much I liked myself that day. How much I got paid became my worth as a human being. It made me hate editing, dread posting, fear the comments. I resented social media. It made me miserable, gave me panic attacks, gave me crazy anxiety. It was the worst part of my day. But without it, I thought I was nothing. Self-worth is messy and tough. But I want you to know, you're not all the things you don't like about yourself, or your mistakes, or all the things you want to change. You are enough. Not what you do, not what you look like, not your job, not your grades. Not only after you have your whole life figured out. You are enough right now. I can love myself without loving every part of me. The purpose of my body is not to look pretty. I'm here to learn new things, be kind to people, fall in love, pet dogs, try new food, watch the sunset, enjoy life. You just gotta keep repeating this to yourself until you believe it. Believe that you are enough with what you have, regardless of who you're not and exactly the way you are. At least that's what I do. We are coming up on the 1.5-year anniversary of me not having contact with the male species. Without someone there to tell me they love me, it forced me to tell me I love me.
Have you lost something recently? You lost freedom? Have you lost friends?
This was like 1.5 years ago. I hate that I still think about it like every day. I can't get over like the hurdle. For me, heartbreak was like the whole world was drained of color for a little while. But then slowly I began to see. What? How is this the sky? After many self-help books and long drives with depressing music and going on dates with myself and exploring parts of the world and losing myself in books and laughing with friends, there is so much love and so much to love. I love when my professors crack bad jokes. I love how my laugh sounds like I'm half choking and hyperventilating at the same time. I love when someone remembers a small thing I told them. I love healing baking sessions. I love texts from my mom, dessert, peanut butter. I love love stories because they help me forget my lack of. I love that when you keep journaling, you can actually start to see the progress in how you think and treat yourself. I love those moments when I realize, hey, I'm really okay without them. I love noticing the things in my day that make my heart a little lighter, my mood a little better, and my soul a little fuller, and then I keep doing those things, surrounding myself with those people. That's the beginning of loving yourself. And that's progress. This year, this was my brain. Yeah, my mental health was basically begging me for attention. I tried to put every last drop of my energy into healing. Because what's the point, really, in building this incredible life and having such a strong body and loving family and you guys, if I can't even be here to enjoy it? Your brain is powerful. It affects your body, your happiness, your relationships, the taste of food. I wasn't me for so long, and I'm still in the midst of learning what prioritizing my mental health means. Really, I have no idea what I'm doing, but putting myself, my peace, my feelings, my opinions first, figuring out what makes me feel calm and happy and excited, just taking the space, not asking permission for it, relearning how to fuel, unplug, do self-care, and move my body for me. The thing is, you can't always expect you're gonna get physically stronger year after year, but you will get mentally stronger, and in my opinion, that is more impressive. When I say my already tiny social circle became even smaller, I mean basically non-existent. Well, it's always sad when the people who gave you the best memories become a memory themselves. It's a sign that I'm growing, I'm changing, I'm aligning with people who match who I'm becoming, who I can grow with. Even if it doesn't feel like it, it's really okay to outgrow situations and relationships that you were once happy in. I got sucked into the protein obsession this year. That was a lot of chicken breast. And you know what? Your food choices and your journey are yours. And we're all just learning and experimenting with what works best and feels best for us. I mean, how else are we supposed to learn unless we try? Basically, I learned I'm allowed to change my mind, my habits, my goals for myself, and I don't have to explain it to anyone. I truly did feel stronger, fuller for longer, but being a protein queen wasn't sustainable for the life I wanted to live with food. Like, I didn't want to stress about eating pancakes that didn't have protein powder in them. So always applaud yourself for trying something new, whether it worked out or not. My body has changed. Ugh, I wish I still looked like what I did before. Oh my god, I can never let myself go back to how I used to look. But I can work out and eat exactly like I did when I was 16 and not even look relatively close to what I looked like back then. Your body isn't meant to look like how it did when food and exercise was all your brain thought about, or when you used to competitively figure skate, or when you had 3 recesses playing tag every day. Your body is going to look different now that you're allowing yourself to do the things you love. Enjoy your favorite foods, get the rest it needs. As you become older, wiser, happier, fuller, you will change, so will your body. Don't hate your body for allowing you to become more you. Social media has gotten a pretty bad rep.
It's so distracting, I can't stop scrolling.
Makes me feel anxious and insecure.
I hate you for setting unrealistic standards of beauty.
You suck. But is that their problem? Or or is it mine? A relationship takes two people. I kind of have to take responsibility for my own actions. We can choose to not click the app. We can curate a feed that supports our journeys, follow people that don't trigger us. It's my responsibility to take what I see with a grain of salt, to know my worth regardless of how other people or their lives look. You have to continually remind yourself that everything you're seeing on social media is not real. You don't see what else they lose other than weight, energy, their favorite foods, their social life. You don't see what's going on inside their body, their hunger signals, their hormones, their heart rate, how they talk to themselves. You don't see how obsessive their gym routine may be, or what they'll look like in 3 months or 6 months or 1 year. You don't see them unposed or in different lightings or angles. I stopped expecting my life and my body to look like the best parts of everyone else's life and body. I think it's really important to note that just because your transformation may not look exactly like all the other ones you see, doesn't mean that the way that you've grown means any less. Usually, anytime we only focus on a body, we miss out on all the other things that we gain. The non-scale victories, the emotional, mental, non-visible transformations, the things that the now you accomplishes on the daily that the old you would never have done. I'm not gonna lie, I started this year off with goals and expectations. Things would be different by December, I wouldn't even be able to recognize my old self. I'd have a stable relationship with my body, I'd be happier. I'd have this thing more figured out. But I don't think I've ever been as confused about what I'm doing or where I'm supposed to be going. I didn't hit any huge milestones. I didn't start any life-changing initiatives. I didn't move cities or meet the love of my life or have a major glow up. If I look at it that way, it feels like I almost didn't do anything this year. But progress doesn't have to be a number in a bank account or on a scale or a following or something that you can post on social media for everyone else to see. I didn't find myself, but I'm discovering how to find joy in the little things. I didn't start a podcast, but I'm finding my voice and setting boundaries. I didn't write a cookbook, but I did eat 400 bowls of oatmeal. I wasn't cured of my insecurities, but I'm one step closer to accepting them. I don't have ripped abs, but I feel free and full of life. I didn't meet my soulmate, but I also kinda did. If whatever before you're comparing yourself to doesn't feel or look that different to you, the progress we see as human beings aren't measured between the changes we see between January 1st and December 31st. I don't cut out all my favorite foods and think losing weight will solve all my problems like I did when I was 13. When I was 15, I would never have traveled to Europe and been able to not work out once and eat all the croissants I wanted without guilt. I don't let hate comments absolutely destroy me like I did last year.
Attacked by like thousands of people and like hated. That just like destroyed me.
I see beautiful, strong bodies on Instagram and I'm able to admire them and know that there's nothing wrong with mine. When my editing software malfunctions, I don't cry and have a panic attack anymore. I breathe and I calmly Google it and fix it. When I feel burnt out now, I remember I have time. And then I go spend time with my dog. I dropped out of my program because I finally decided to care about what life I wanted to live and not the life others have always told me I needed to live. I have more days I wake up actually excited about life. I read 37 books this year compared to the 2 I read last year. I enjoy dessert after lunch. I'm learning to trust the process and that everything is falling into place no matter how scattered everything feels. That is the progress I'm choosing to focus on. Don't forget how far you've come. I'm gonna be really honest right now. My mental health is still really bad. I still put so much pressure on myself to do well, to do more, that sometimes I can't even breathe. I'm trying so hard every day not to equate my worth to my body, my income, my YouTube. I'm still learning how to take myself less seriously and just enjoy life. I still don't have the best grasp on my emotions. I still turn to food as my only source of happiness some days. I hate my body some days. I still hate myself more than I'd like to. I miss people I really don't want to miss. I'm very lonely and I don't feel like I deserve good things sometimes.
就是很难得的这么一个机会，不是每个人都能做成的。妈妈也希望你就是去坚持着，但是不要给自己 pressure， 就说我要做到多好多好，我要做到多大多大，没有。一个月发一个 video， 还是2个月发一个 video， 你每个 video 都在帮助不同的人，不是为了挣钱。就是说你在做有意义的事情，你这个跟别人的不一样。你是用心在跟你那些人说话，自己认准的事情不要轻易的放弃，不要限制自己。哦，我今天挣多少钱，我存多少钱，我买个房子什么的。 这些都是次要的。我永远记忆着，然后当时你生病的时候，然后这么多人帮助我们，如果没有那些人帮助我们的话，然后你可能你命都没有。外面世界很大，你可以帮助人的很多，你有很多事情要做，你已经做得很好了，不要把自己，因为你才21岁，妈妈就特别自豪，然后真的你干什么都能干好，想不明白，其实你已经做得非常优秀，特别感到自豪。
What does that mean?
Proud of you. 要学中文了。
When I look back on this year, it doesn't exactly fit my definition of a good year, but maybe I'm not giving myself enough credit for all the ways that I have grown this year. Because in a lot of ways, I'm smarter, I'm stronger. I have Copilot to thank for that. And remember to click my Copilot link in the description to get 14 days free with your own expert fitness and health coach. I'm healthier and wholer and happier. I have you to thank for that. And more me than I've ever been. And I have me to thank for that. No matter the progress you feel like you haven't made this year, have you ever considered maybe you're just measuring your progress wrong? 2022. Thank you for another year of my life.
I needed this year. Even if I don't want to admit it, like I needed this year to not do anything or feel like I've gone anywhere and just moped around. Like I needed this year.
I feel like I've done a lot, but also so little. I feel like I'm a completely different person, but exactly the same. I feel like I've healed, but I've also become more lost.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
I've learned new things, but somehow feel like I know even less than before. I'm prouder of myself, but also harder on myself. I've found so much to love, yet still feel unlovable. I guess that's how we feel every year though, isn't it? No matter how little or how much we do, we never let ourselves feel enough. It's always easier to look forward and pinpoint what's missing than to look backwards and compliment ourselves on all the gaps we have filled. So take a moment and go backwards. Good morning, everyone. Smile about the wins, cry about the losses, acknowledge the hardest days, celebrate how you survived them, recognize your mistakes, and forgive yourself because you really did the best that you could. Feel the disappointment, fear, discomfort, loneliness. Trust that it's all gonna make sense. Because you are the transformation. You're always transforming, and you don't end. You continue, you grow, you change directions, you keep going, as you always have. There's only a before and a during.
I don't know exactly where I'm going. I know I want more, and I know that I can, and things are gonna get better.
I don't know. I don't know much, but I know I love you, I'm so proud of you, and I'm so glad that you exist. I don't know what you're going through, but I know you have transformed in so many ways that you haven't given yourself enough credit for.
The small stuff is just as important as the big stuff.
I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I know I'm gonna keep trying my best. I don't know how I feel about this year. I don't know how the next one's gonna play out. I don't know if this video even made any sense. I don't know if it's ever supposed to make sense. And I don't really know how to end this video. So I think I'm just gonna keep going.